rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Moro
bari biba ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
muto nyaati man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
Prince Kuyate le mamanta nan entertainment wala be mbake la semega jane wori ka ko me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yenyun kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamale ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo first lady
Fatma baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun ko to e salon ko dali ko lewon do sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la be on
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari biba ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
muto nyaati man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
Prince Kuyate le mamanta nan entertainment wala be mbake la semega jane wori ka ko me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yenyun kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamale ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo first lady
Fatma baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun ko to e salon ko dali ko lewon do sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la be on
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari biba ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
muto nyaati man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
Prince Kuyate le mamanta nan entertainment wala be mbake la semega jane wori ka ko me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yenyun kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamale ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo first lady
Fatma baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun ko to e salon ko dali ko lewon do sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la be on
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
SB Printing and Design SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi yeen ñi nga xamne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi yeen ñi nga xamne di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lepp li ngeen xamne ni mengo nak wali peinture ak design joko len ak ki nga xamne ni mom moy aussi Seku Bojang xarañ lool ci liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lepp lo len na ma ci xétum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla ci seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi dama ne jokkole nak mom ci 331 3415 331 3415 nek fofu ci Serekunda ci Kistown jokkolen ak ñi nga xamne ni ñoom ñoy SB Printing Design ñu designer leen ba seen xol sedda li sedda sa xol ñun lool mo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taral sa kër taral sa dëkkuwaay SB Printing and Design
Guest House, Yafatus Guest House,
dama ne jox leen ma seen noppay yéen ñi nga xam ne ni bëgg ngeen a dem Farafenni nag ñu bari den fay bëgg a dem di xalaat ndax am naa mbokk aw ma mbokk fan laay dem dëkk ak fan laa du dem dëkk seen coono jeex na seen xalaat jeex na te si biir Yaa Faatu's Guest House ñu ngi leen fa amal li nga xam ne ni moom mooy ko self
saala cabinet
ñaari cabinet ak saal
single room
néegi nag nekkul ne la naa jox waaye duñ leen laaj mooy sore naa ñëw indiwaale leen seen yére kase ndaxte yére yi sax foo leen koo def ñu ngi leen ko amal saala cabinet yi bu nekkaa nga am lal bu nooy saal bi ñu ngi ko defar ba mu yaaña toogu yi nekk fa télé bi nekk fa channel bi nekk fa channel bu la neex ngay cuun waaye nag amuñ si loolu rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéenay dem ak seen famille ak seen njaboot benn nit wala ñaari nit ñu ngi leen fa amal waañ yu baax waañ yu yaaña bagage yi waañ yëpp ñu ngi fa yow yaay xool loo bëgg a tooga rek nga teg si gaz bi daal di taal tooga lekka sa xol sedda
léegi tamit nag amal lañ leen lii di AC ak ñu nga xam ne fan rek lañ am waaye amuñ si loolu rek ñu ngi leen amal fu nga xam ne foofu ngeen di toog ngeen fiixlu seen xel dal ñu ngi leen amal ndox ak courant 24 hours amuñ si loolu rek njëg bi yomb ba bëgg a dee
fu ñu nekk nag neex a xam ba bëgg a dee si gannaaw gaaraas si base bi foofu sa Farafenni lu néew rek ngay dox am si marché bi jënd loo bëgg delluwaat sa kër ak Yaa Faatu's Guest House mun nga noo jokkoo ñun si 790 1355
35 30 489
email si ombay7843@gmail.com si Yaa Faatu's Guest House su leen fa demee dinañ leen jox customer care service bu baax seen xolay sedda ba ni ngeen fay jógee Yaa Faatu's Guest House Yaa Faatu's Guest House lii leen amal yéen ñuy dem Farafenni saay boo leen tëddee nelaw leen ndaxte Yaa Faatu's Guest House génne na seen coono bi yëpp fii si biir dëkk bi Yaa Faatu's Guest Gam Showbiz in focus with Kalilu Banjang every Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m.
You want to know about the Gambian entertainment industry? You want to know the existing policies and programs of the arts and culture sector? You want to know about the governance and management of the arts associations? The program will throw a fresh light on the entertainment industry in focus. We will touch so many angles about the cultural sector, the opportunities and challenges, and interrogate them, and most importantly, offer solutions.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Jaliba!
Amo, moro.
Bari biba ma diari mbakel.
Konkoto murkoto le konkoto kuto koto purkoto boy.
Muto nyaade man nin kolko. Sila koto wakata sate koto.
Prince Kuyatele Mamanta nan entertainment. Wala be bemba kala Senegal jane holi ka fo me kora awo. Kala purata enti. Mbe korontoro kan ala kanam fa janni wala.
Yenyun kora bemba minja kanake Gambia jang. Sato dao da tata jen kama de ka fo kora awo. Amma kan man ten kunno bankoka. Iko banko nyaton ko minketa Adama Baruti anala numonyo first lady.
Fatma baba.
Ye nyim ben kere sika ya dite lala ka kenyaton ko. Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don. Ajaratu Fatu Sonko bakaw.
Kora mansa.
Ni ajebe kumbola tumbun ko to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu. Kora man ke bi fenti.
Baraka.
Ha.
Ngoy batar la ben ko.
Mbeje ko dura ndamu be mele neti.
He baba.
Daliba.
Amo, moro.
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto mo
muto nyaati man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyata le mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala senega jane holi ka fa me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni wala
yenyun kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kama de ka fa kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo first lady
fatma baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be gele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun ko to salon ko dali ko lewon do sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngo batar la be on
mbeje ko dura anda mo be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto mo
muto nyaati man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyata le mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala senega jane holi ka fa me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni wala
yenyun Kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao
Council, if we're ready to continue, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're ready to proceed, yes. Good afternoon, General. Welcome back.
General, Town Council, thank you.
Before the break, we were talking about the composition of all the units, those 4 units that had converged at the NIA doing the investigative work. We had discussed the presence of GRTS. We have discussed the presence of Alaji Martin and Musa Jame, who came from State House but were not known to be junglers. Or were not believed to be junglers. We have the panel members. And then you have the junglers. Just before the break, we were discussing the people from the junglers who were there, the actual junglers who were present. So you indicated that you did not know Bora Koli to be a jungler. That's as far as we've gone, correct? Alright, Council. Good. So I just want to confirm those in the group who you believed were junglers. Tumbul Tamba.
He was.
Michael Correa.
I've told you I don't know Michael Correa.
Michael Correa.
Thank you. Sanamanjang.
I know Sanamanjang and he wears the jungler uniform.
Bora Koli, did he wear the jungler uniform?
I've not seen him wear jungler uniform.
So we strike him out. Ali Jeng, you say you didn't know him. Nuha Baji.
No, I know him, but mostly I see him in plain clothes.
But he was a jungler.
I wouldn't know whether he's a jungler. I know that he wears plain clothes and he comes to the panel.
Kausu Kamara. Bombardier
was never a jungler. All I know is he was posted in Kanelai.
Was he coming to the panel?
Council Kamara was also arrested alongside Stakafulai. Council was not coming to the panel. He was based in Kanilai.
So we strike him off. Malik Jata. You said you didn't know him. I said he was Babukar Jata's younger brother. From Gunjur.
I always hear people saying he's Babukar's younger brother, but I don't know him.
But was he a jungler?
I wouldn't know.
Ismaila Jame.
Ismail, I confirmed that yes, he was coming to the panel. I know that he was coming from the State House. But his designation, I wouldn't know.
I can confirm to you that Ismaila testified before the commission.
Okay, I'll take it from you.
He accepted that he was a member of the patrol team, he was a jungler.
Okay, I'll take it from you.
Most of the junglers who testified here, Malik Jata, Omar Jallo Oya, Pasane, all of them confirmed that Nuhabaji was a jungler. Aliu Jeng, he testified here. He also confirmed he was a jungler. All of them who testified also confirmed that Borakoli was a jungler. Malik Jata testified here. He confirmed that he was also a jungler. And he confirmed that all of them participated in this exercise that was going on at the NIA. They were the people who would go to the prison, bring the detainees, and take them before the panel. Do you have any comment on that?
Council, I think I already answered you. If they can confirm before this commission, then we take that as the truth. I've told you my own version, those that I know and those that I don't know. Take their version.
Thank you very much. Now let's talk about the NIA personnel who were there. Haidara was there.
Yes, he was there.
And after the first day, Baba Saho and Fode Bari came.
On the request of the president.
And from the police, you had Boto Keita.
I'm not familiar with the police officers.
Do you recall the statement taker, the person who was taking this statement?
I can't remember because he was not within the hall. He was not staying with us in the hall. Usually he was based in an office where after they give their testimony, they will go down to the statement taker.
But Usman Sonko was there, former IGP. And you were there, Tombong Tamba.
Yes, at the early part.
And there were other people.
I wouldn't know those other people you're talking about.
The witnesses indicate that usually there would be up to around 20 people in the room. So I'm trying to get the list.
So
some people mention some, others would mention others. So these are the lists. These are the names I have so far. Do you remember any other person who were present?
I can't remember.
Good.
Prayer.
So in essence, we've just confirmed that all the elements that were present there were under the direct authority of the president.
Council, can you explain further what you meant by under the direction of the president?
Interpretation?
Council is
We have agreed, as you have said many times, that the junglers were under the authority of the president.
That is correct.
We have also established that every day after every hearing, after you close work each day, you would report to the president.
Yes, a summary.
And the observers who were there, Alaji Martin and Musa Jammeh, according to Alaji Martin, they were reporting directly to the president.
If that was what they said, you can take it from them.
Good. So we agree that we would take it from them that they were reporting from the president. And then the last element is the GRTS, whose participation you have agreed was approved. Your own word, approved by the president. Correct?
Can you come again? You are not clear.
You have agreed. You told us that the participation of the GRTS in this investigative activity was approved by the president.
Following our recommendation.
Thank you very much. So following your recommendation and after approval has been given by the president, GRTS participated in this process.
GRTS participated in the recording of their testimonies.
GRTS ma beta ila kuma kamuluta la kela kuma kamuluta
with the approval of the president.
I think we've talked about that already.
Yes, just answer my question. Yes or no? It's simple. Even shorter to answer the question.
Following our recommendation approved by the president, yes.
Thank you very much. Good. So all these elements were under the direct authority and control of the president. All these four.
I want to be clear what you meant by all these are under the direction of the president.
I am getting lost as to how to do it.
Because I said that we requested for the GRTS and approved by the president for them to be there. So when you see they were under the direction of the president, I don't understand what you meant by that.
Who ko ntebe foko ntella Moroccan president wala nata song pour GRTS taraje ba ni naga foko yel bebe president la kalole ko toje wala mo faham.
Okay, we take a different route. We received information from witnesses that Mumdu Sanyang
kibaro so seedo buluko Modou Sanyang
was the one present there from GRTS.
Atele ben maberi nje GRTS to yala.
True or
Fania.
And so, like I said earlier on, we requested for the GRTS and they were there. But I don't know what Sanya was there on.
Could you kindly answer to my question? How could you not know whether Modou Sanyang was there or not? How could you not know that?
I wouldn't know all the people who were there. I wouldn't remember. But if you got information, if the other witnesses testify, if I say I cannot remember, take the ones that could remember.
In
fact, I would draw it from memory. Sering Omar Fall testified here and he said he knows Momadou Sanyang very well. He used to come to their village to play movies. He was the Director General of GRTS. He was present at the panel. He was the person organizing and arranging the recording.
Serang Umar Fall diam rajana sedan di rodija ko ay Momadou Sanyang lomba kala mola meyalan ko nala katela sato to ka video ko cinema play la sato to Momadou Sanyang da moto meyalan ko atela ka ko famul be tawande ka ke landi bulu ka meyalan ko abisujiri ngala do ko wala.
Other witnesses have also mentioned him.
And sero do fransoro ndajan mendi atofo.
He was present there.
And so I will not dispute his presence. If witnesses testified before this commission that they were there and you believe in them, take that from them. I am not disagreeing with them. They confirm to you, take it from them.
Thank you very much. And Modou Sanyang was appointed Director General of GRTS by the President, isn't it?
Modou Sanyang molde me yalon ko President wala ya Tombong ka ke President e Director di member marla GRTS la photo nyande.
I have no connection with GRTS, so I wouldn't be able to say on that. Ask me about the military that I was in charge. It sounds funny to you, but we are here to tell the truth. So I cannot exaggerate on things that I'm not sure.
Well, let
me just put it to you that the Constitution provides that the heads of public corporations are appointed by the President.
If that is what it provides, then take it from there. I'm not a legal-minded person to know about that. You can take it from there.
So it therefore means that with him appointed by the President, he is also answerable to the President.
That is your understanding.
That is also the fact. So all these four elements, junglers, members of the panel, the observers from State House and GRTS were all answerable to the President.
Council, if that is your understanding, fine. But I did mention to the Commission that every day after our interactions, we as the head of the panel will report to the President. But if you are saying that all these people report to the President, okay, that is your assertion.
Mr. General Tamba, I'm not asserting anything. I put out a proposition and I ask you to confirm or deny the proposition.
The
beauty of the whole thing is that you have to report to the President at the end of every day's work. The leadership of the panel would report to the President on a daily basis. And that's the truth.
And yes, with the leadership, yes.
Yes,
And in fact, the president had direct control over what was happening at the investigative panel, isn't it?
President wata keta mod me yalo ko kol be marina na telebulu bula dingira nyito kisikisiro be keri ndame to kol be marina telebulu.
When we report to him, he gives directives.
And you would agree with me that by giving directives, he is in fact exercising his control authority over what was going on.
And nunkapo ko alka ko ni murunda teleka wo fanani ya itandile ko atele marta ko ni bela atamandir nyala.
And so, to my understanding, it seems as this is a court of law. If I already answered your question that to my understanding, we report to him.
Mr. Tamba, you see, the thing is, you uncomfortable as some of the questions may be. I mean, I have a job to do, and my job is to ask questions that would bring out the facts for the commission. Please allow me to do my work. And please just try to answer my questions. And the question isn't such a difficult one. The president, by giving directives, was exercising his authority, his control authority over the work of the panel.
President pura ya kango di panelo la doku nyala o kanne di me yalon ko sembo men babula ko la tamande pour panelo yela doko ka la tala nyame.
That is true, isn't it?
Wala mtonyadi.
Council, this is why me and you will be going front and back. I've said it here that we, the head of the panel, every day after our concluding our sittings, we report to the president. And those other people that I said they don't fall under us, I wouldn't exaggerate that they report to the president and he gives directives to them. I wouldn't exaggerate on that. This is we are here to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. And we should avoid exaggeration, that I think. If I tell you what I know, take that from me. Don't put words in me.
You listening to Tombong press. I am not putting words in nobody's mouth.
Listening to too much press, you mean?
Press.
Which press?
Well, I would consign that to the basket of trivialities and just move on.
Okay, let's move on to realities then.
Thank you. Yes, we should not exaggerate. You are talking only for that part which you are directly involved. And for that part, the president was giving directives. You agree?
For my own part, yes, I deal with the president.
I would tell you that Alaji Martin also said for their part, they were reporting to the president.
If that was what he said, take that.
In addition to what you said about Musa Jame, he too was reporting to the president.
You can take that.
And what you said was also the junglers were getting their orders from the president.
Yes, they were sent by him.
And we've just agreed that the Director General of GRTS report to the president.
You agree with who?
But it's established, I told you, the Constitution gave the President the authority to appoint the heads of public corporations.
But kule mialango asabatindi dala ko ngafuena ko luwa wale somebody president na puru jamala dingira la doku bunda nyaton ko puru president ka wol Tombong.
Sanyang was definitely, obviously appointed by the president. It is a known fact. It is a known fact.
So there is no time wasting. There is no need wasting time on known facts. We are here to talk about issues that we don't know.
Okay. To make life a whole lot easier, just accept the known facts, and we move on and we'll gain time.
I've told this commission that we requested for the president of the GRTS. We are going back and we suggested, no.
We are going back to that. We've said it 5 times now. There is no point going back to it.
You are the one taking us back.
No. Okay. I'm not taking you back there. I would stop you there. We now must agree, as it is established, that all these 4 elements derive their authority from the president.
Yes, he sent them there.
Thank you. Finally. And as such, the president had responsibility for everything that happened there.
In terms of what?
He put together this panel.
Yes.
It is working under his directives.
Yes.
The elements within the panel we are reporting to him.
We report to him, the panelists.
He should therefore be responsible for the product of the panel. What the panel has done.
I know that we give our reporting to him and he gives us directives. Us. The other people he sends, I don't want to talk on that.
Mr. Tamba, you were a lieutenant general. You understand the doctrine of command responsibility. This is your bread and butter. This was the commander-in-chief. He put together this investigative panel. All the elements of that investigative panel reported to him. He has responsibility over what they have done. You agree?
And so this is why me and you will be going front and back. This is not a court of law. If those people sat before the commission here and agreed that they were sent there by the president or they report to the president, what other confirmation do you need from me?
Yes, I want your confirmation as the former Lieutenant General of the Gambia Armed Forces.
Lieutenant General
who knows clearly the doctrine of command responsibility. And you participated in this endeavor, in this enterprise. And you should know which of your superiors should be responsible for your actions. Apart from your personal individual responsibility.
I believe when they were seated here, they confirmed to you that they reported the president.
Don't make it difficult.
It is not difficult.
Just answer the
You make
question.
it difficult. They confirm it here that they reported the president. I said it here that me, as the head of the panel, we reported the president. So if those people tells you that they reported the president, what next do you need from me?
I want you to confirm that from the law that you know, the law that was applicable in this country, a law on the basis of which you participated in the panel, the responsibility, the overall ultimate responsibility rested with the president.
If that is what the law dictates, yes.
And in your understanding of the law of superior or command responsibility, you being the then Lieutenant General of the Gambia Armed Forces, where did the ultimate responsibility lie?
Ila fahamu rodo kumala menne ita mujina keda lieutenant general de sojaro lokunda ita ya mira ni ko nyimbe keda nata ta faketa duno nyimbe nonkundo duno nyimbe kana laban jumale kan.
It is a clear fact that when you assign a responsibility, you report back to that authority. Certainly, like you already stated, they said they report back to the president.
General, are you
what confirmation do you need from me again, counsel?
No, but you're just going around and round.
I am not going around. If the witnesses confirm that they reported the president, what confirmation do you need from me again? Tell me. I confirm that I report to the president. I know mine. Okay. There should not be any exaggeration here.
Okay. I would do it piecemeal.
Who
was ultimately responsible for your actions at the panel?
President and Commander-in-Chief.
Commander-in-Chief. Fantastic. And your reason for saying that is because you are answerable to the president.
Correct?
Well, all these other elements were also answerable to the president.
I have said it here that he sanctioned them to be in the panel, so it's obvious that. Why do you want me to confirm? That is
you seem to be afraid to say that Yaya Jammeh was ultimately responsible for what happened at the panel.
I think you have to withdraw that word. Afraid of what? If I was afraid, then I wouldn't be sitting here.
But say it.
Don't use that word. Afraid of who?
Yaya Jammeh. You would not say that Yaya Jammeh was responsible.
Afraid of Yaya Jammeh that?
You are afraid to say that Yaya Jammeh was ultimately responsible for the work of the panel, what the panel did.
Okay, take it from there.
No, take it from there. Answer the question.
The question is answered. Take it from there.
No.
That I am afraid.
Now we would not assume anything and we would not exaggerate anything.
Of course, you are assuming that I am afraid. Afraid of what?
Okay,
I have already confirmed my own part. So if you want to exaggerate I was afraid. Afraid of what?
Let us not assume. Answer the question. Was Yaya Jammeh ultimately responsible for the work done by the panel?
Yaya Jammeh mo me yalan ko atel tarta maralini ko bis o ko be me yalan ko ketani panel ni na.
So I know that this is not a court proceeding. If I say that those junglers or those elements were sent by the president, so it is obvious that they report to the president.
Are you afraid to say the obvious?
Afraid of who?
To say the obvious, that Yaya Jammeh was responsible.
The obvious, it's very plain. But I don't need to emphasize that.
But say it. Say it, General Tamba. Say it, that Yaya Jammeh was responsible for what the panel did.
But is it not obvious?
No, it's not obvious. We want to hear it.
Yaya Jammeh sent them. It's obvious. I was sent there by Yaya Jammeh. It's obvious that I report to Yaya Jammeh.
Yes.
Don't refer to me. Perhaps Chairman is listening. They are all listening.
Perhaps
it's a simple matter. What is obvious need no emphasis again.
Could you allow me to finish? Don't talk over me, Mr. Chair. could you ask the witness to answer yes or no, whether according to what he knows as Lieutenant General, whether Yaya Jammeh bear ultimate responsibility for what the panel did? It's an easy question. Yes, Yaya Jammeh was responsible, or no, Yaya Jammeh was not responsible. You said the answer is obvious because he sent you there. But tell us, answer the yes or no.
This is not a court of law where I'll be answering yes or no. You confirm, you say it's obvious. So what next? If the government sends them, it's obvious they report to him.
Mr. Chair, let me just leave it as one of those situations where the question or the answer is so uncomfortable for the witness to
But that is not true. That is not true to say that it's so uncomfortable. I have given my answer.
It's okay.
I have given my answer.
You have difficulty saying, yes, Yaya Jammeh was responsible.
Yes, I was reporting to Yaya Jammeh. Those he sent, it's obvious that they report to him. I said it here. So how can I say, what next do you need from me?
Well, what I need from you, I have told you, but you have refused to say it.
Counsel, I've said that this is not a court of law. The facts are already exposed. What next do you need?
I need confirmation from you.
I have confirmed that, yes, I was reporting directly to Yaya Jammeh.
But you cannot confirm that Yaya Jammeh was responsible, ultimately, for the conduct of the panel.
For the conduct of the panel?
Yes.
Of course. He was responsible for us. But those groups you were talking about, I don't want to talk about that.
Well, you told us that Yaya Jammeh sent them there.
Certainly. So if he sends them,
and you don't want him to...
If he sends them and they report to him, what happens?
Then he is responsible.
I take it from you.
But you would accept it. Okay, thank you very much.
Counsel, if we are in a court of law, let's proceed.
Let's move on, Mr. Chair.
Counsel, you may continue.
Thank you.
Please, you continue, and the Commission would make its own conclusion at the right moment.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Chair.
Chairman.
Now that we have established where the responsibility lay, now let's examine the roles of the various components of the panel. So let's start with the panel members. Tell us what was the role of the panel members.
The role of the panel was to unravel the facts in respect of the alleged coup plot. That was our role.
So in so doing, how would you unravel the facts?
It all started with Bunja Dabo, who was initially arrested. When he appeared before the panel,
allow me to clarify the question.
Okay.
I know you want to talk about specific incidents.
Okay, you know about that, fine.
We would go into the specific incidents. But for now, we want to establish the modus operandi. How the panel was doing its work and the responsibilities of the various components of the panel. So now we are examining the work of the members of the investigative work of the panel. Which you said is to unravel the facts. So my question now is, how are the facts unraveled before the panel? What is the methodology? Not specific incidents. We will come to the specific incidents later. Now tell me about the working methods.
When a particular accused person appears before the panel, and the process takes place just like the way we are doing, we give the person the opportunity to explain what he knows about that allegation. And it was true that some of them started mentioning those who were part of the coup.
General, may I say this? I want an explanation of the working methods. How? Later we would get into specific examples. What I am expecting is, what is the workflow? Do you interview somebody? You send the person to give statements? Do you re-interview? That is the kind of thing I'm looking for.
Council, in fact, that was where I was headed to. Great. I have to give the preamble. Then you will understand what I'm saying. I said the first person arrested was Bunja Dabo. Bunja appeared before the panel. I was given the opportunity to explain about the allegations of his involvement. It was true that Bunja mentioned some of the members, some of those who were involved. So after Bunja narrated his statement before the panel, when he moved to another room to go and write his statement, but already he mentioned the involvement of others. And then a team will be sent to arrest those individuals. And they too will be brought before the panel. And then they explain to them about the allegations of their involvement in the coup. Then they will narrate their involvement. Then they will be moved to the next office again for statement taking. This was the process that was applied by the panel.
Thank you very much. Are you satisfied as to the lawfulness of the process?
Yes, in that process, yes.
We touched upon this a little bit yesterday. You told us that the interview environment was okay.
Yes, it was.
You need a moment. Mr. General, you need a minute. All right, thank you, no problem. Mr. Chair.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Iko banko nyaton ko minketa adama baruti anala numonyo first lady ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw Kora mansa ni ajebe kumbola tumbun ko to salon ko dali ko lewon lo sabu Kora man ke bi fen baraka ha ko batar la don mbeje ko dura anda mo be mele neti he baba dalba aho moro bari biba ma diari mbakel konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto muto nyaade man ni ko sila koto wakata sate koto prince ko yatela mamanta nan entertainment wala be mbakel la senega jane hore ka fo me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni yenyum kora be mba min da kanake kan.
Thank you. Asha, can you get the lead counsel to come in with?
I'm sorry, the hypertension don't match with cool environment. So that was using the restroom very often. That was why.
That's understandable.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Council, shall we continue?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we continue.
Thank you.
General, when next you feel you need to be excused, you would be, just indicate and you'd be excused.
Thank you, Council.
So now,
Silang,
you have given us a brief summary of how things worked.
ye kumol la sudiya kan ya wetan nala ko katama nyame.
Correct, Council. Council.
And you are telling this commission that everything was above board.
Anu ya fajango ku mimbe jabe ta atambita board ko la ko sandola.
Things were done properly.
Ko de keri nganya karka nyamale.
To the best of our ability, yes.
General.
Yes, Council.
The evidence before this commission is that this is one big orchestrated enterprise.
Atamandinya be ya marol le bakoto mumuka wakawdi pour anyanta tamala nyam.
It was all aimed at
ya be tilim men
extracting confessions from the alleged culpist.
Pour ka solo soto ni molu bulu men ya lon ko ye tuni ko itelle lafta kuleta kala pour ye son kuma kan wala ni kar la lafta kuma kan men moyla
by any means necessary.
akoleata nyawnyandi nyama.
That is the allegation.
Wala tumuroti man fanam fota.
And that
and
all these elements performed roles aimed at producing a confession. It was like a machine where the elements performed different roles with the ultimate objective that the machine would work, and which was to illegally produce confessions. Do you agree with that or do you disagree?
Council, I disagree with that. When you say to illegally obtain confession.
You disagree with that?
I disagree with that.
General, you would agree with me that torture is unlawful.
General, le d'accord la ñin mala ko tajire ya mu kula mi alan ko luwa man songala.
It is not only unlawful but inhuman.
I can't agree more with you.
Thank you.
You would also agree with me that for confessions to be lawful, they have to be voluntary and freely made by the person. They have to be free and voluntary, that's what I said. Freely given and voluntary. Do you agree with that?
I agree, Council.
Do you agree that also for it to be voluntary, the environment itself in which the confession is given should be free from threats and pressure?
That is true.
And the evidence that we have received is that all these confessions your panel received were based on torture and threats. Both of which render those confessions unlawful. And the torture aspects of it renders all those who participated in this enterprise liable for torture.
Council, I disagree with you when you say that the confessions were as a result of the torture.
General, let me make this clear. It is not me who is saying that it was made out of torture. It was obtained out of torture. I offer no opinion on the evidence. What I am putting before you what I'm putting forward to you is that this is the allegation or the suggestion of the witnesses who appeared before the commission. This is the evidence that we have. And because you are part of the panel, we have an obligation to put this to you. And you give us your own version of things. But of course, the investigative process requires that we also challenge you and confront you with the evidence so that you may respond to them. It is only after you have responded to these allegations, provided whatever evidence you have in your favor, then the commission would be able to put all that together try to separate the wheat from the chaff and try to identify the truth of what has happened. So it is not my position. When I give you propositions, forget about what you think I have in mind. It's just that I have an obligation to bring the evidence to you and give you the opportunity to respond. None of what I say here represent my personal opinions. Most often my personal opinion does not matter. I don't even make the decisions. But I have to bring things out in a way to enable the commission to make up its findings. So if I suggest to you, you did something, it's not me in fact saying that you did something. It's just the evidence which shows that you have allegedly done something. Whether that is true or false depends on the evidence that comes out. I hope the process is understood.
Council, I fully understood you. And I am not alleging that those are your own makings. I know you are reading from the statements made by the witness, their confession here. So I wouldn't say that you were fabricating those statements. But coming to that allegation by those witnesses, in fact, I will let the commission know that the reason why we requested for the GRTS TV to be present, it was following their confession about their involvement in the coup. That was why we suggested that let their confession be taken. So that in the future, when they come to make certain allegations, people can refer to those tapes that were recorded. And going back to those allegations made, I want to say here clearly that when Bunja was first arrested, he was the first person we knew about his involvement. And he appeared before the panel. As I am sitting here to say the truth and nothing but the truth. Bunja was seated before the panel. And the issues were raised with him. And Bunja confessed to his participation in the coup. He gave a detailed narration. And it was Bunja at that moment who mentioned the involvement of some of the officers. That was how the panel was able to know about the involvement of some of them. I will tell you, I've never seen such a smooth panel like that one. Simply anybody arrested amongst the panelists or the panel, the accused person, sorry, they confess freely before the panel without any torture or intimidation.
Mr. Whitman, that was let me ask some questions, and then when we pass this point, you can go on. Okay, Council. You are surprised by these results that all we are confessing. True? That's what you said?
Yes.
Why was it necessary to bring Fode Bari and Baba Saho?
Well, it was at the request of the president. Maybe he alone can talk about that.
Mr. Witness, you told me that the first instance, things were difficult. That's why the president suggested that Baba Saho and Fode Bari be brought in. True or false?
That is why I said it's up to the president.
But now you are refusing to accept the main reason why those people were brought in. You are not making any headway.
Most certainly they were brought in by the president. The reason I may not know. The
reason was very obvious. You said you are not making much headway, so the president asked that you bring in Fode Bari and Baba Saho.
I said that was what the president said. Those were his assertions.
But precisely this is what we are after.
But if that evidence is before you, then take that.
The evidence is from you. That the president's assessment was that you are not making much headway, so bring in Fode Bari and Baba Saho.
That evidence is before you, take it.
But that evidence is from you. Confirm it.
That's what I'm saying. If that evidence is before you, take it. That is
let's make it easy.
Council, I don't think we're here for any laughing matter. If you are laughing, I am also laughing. We will not make a headway. If I am the one who made that statement, take it. What I'm saying, simple.
Mr. Witness, I am laughing because I want to lighten up the situation. I don't want the opposite. But you can see that some of your insistence is not much helpful. You're telling us not to talk about possibilities.
We
should rely on realities. But here you are telling me if I have said it, taking me to the realm of possibilities, then take it. Why can't you just confirm that yes, I said it? That is the truth. What's the problem saying that?
And so I want you to know that what I've said here since in the morning is too much. So I don't think you expect me to remember all that. That was why I said if I said it, we'll take it that I said it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If I said it, take it that I said it. And that closes the chapter.
So the truth depends on whether you said it or did not say it. Is that the case?
If I have said that, take it that I said it.
I will not belabor the point any further.
But this is a simple matter. If I said it and you confirm that I said it, I said take it that I said it. So what do you have to labor on that again?
I'll take it at that. You said it. Thank you very much. Now, you said the first person arrested was Bunja.
Correct, Council.
And you said that his confession was obtained free from torture.
Council, I can swear to the Holy Quran that following the arrest of Bunja, that very day at night he was brought before the panel, and without anybody touching Bunja even, he confessed about the coup, his involvement, and he was the very one who started mentioning some of the officers who were part of the coup. General,
are you trying to cover up the terrible things that happened before that panel on that night? Yes or no?
There is nothing that happened that will warrant me to cover.
Thank you very much. And it would therefore be your testimony that the witness or the accused or the suspect was not intimidated.
Those are the facts.
It would also therefore be your view that he was not threatened in any way.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, let's hear from Bunja what he has to say about what has happened before the panel. May I ask the OB van to play the video of Bunja Dabo?
OB van Ali Bunja Dabo la CDRO Bundi.
In the handcuff, they started asking me questions. I told them I need a lawyer before I said anything.
First of all, let's establish who was present and how many people were present.
They were many, I think about 20 people were in the room at that time. And then the most prominent among them were Tombong, Tamba, this Haidara from the NIA.
Tombong, Tamba, who was he at the time?
He was the deputy CDS at that time.
Where was the CDS on that day?
The CDS was not, I didn't know where he was, you know. CDS was in Bucham, and I didn't know where he was at that time.
Was Lang Tombong at that stage acting as acting CDS? Did he have any soldier serving above him at the time?
No, they were known. He was after the CDS, he was next.
And the CDS, of course, was involved in the coup attempt.
Exactly.
So therefore, at that stage, he was no longer serving as CDS.
Yes.
So the position, the mantle fell to Lang Tombong,
Exactly.
right? And at that stage, he was the de facto head of the army.
Exactly.
So he was sitting there.
Yes.
In the investigative panel.
Exactly.
Who else?
You have the former Inspector General of Police, Usman Sonko, was also there.
Proceed.
And then you have Alaji Martin was there too.
Alaji Martin, at this stage, what was his rank?
He was a lieutenant.
In which unit of the army did he belong to?
He was serving at the State Guard Battalion.
Who else?
Tamba.
Tamba, to which unit did he belong?
Also at the State Guard, and also, you know, part of the junglers.
Part of the junglers.
Yes.
Okay. And who else?
And then Mongol Lamin Sise was also, you know, he belongs to the serious crime unit of the police force. And also Boto Keta. You have others, you know, Lamin Cham, you know, also from the serious crime unit, you know, and then a couple of other junior officers, you know, from different services, you know, the police and the military.
And earlier on you mentioned a Mr. Haidara.
Yes.
Was he present?
He was present.
So you said this was an investigative panel.
Exactly.
From your observation, who was the leader of the panel or the chairman of the panel?
I wouldn't be sure who was the leader of the panel, but I could say that no, these three people, Lantomo Tamba, Usman Sonko, and Hydra, were the ones who were leading the investigation, of course. But I wouldn't be sure who actually was the leader among them. What I realized was that most of the questions were asked by Hydra, but of course in consultation with Lantomo Tamba and also Usman Sonko.
Obi-Wan, could you pause it there? Just pause it there for a little bit. So far, is he lying? Or he is truthful? So far.
Lied about what?
I take it that then he's being truthful. So far. No, I just asked the question. Whether so far, from what we heard, is he being truthful?
Because what I understood was he was trying to mention that we were part of the panel.
So far, is he truthful or he is not truthful? So far.
If he talked about torture, he has not been truthful.
General, just listen to me. I'm saying so far,
Yes.
up to that point, is he being truthful?
Yes, he was right that I was part of the panel.
And all these things he has said are also true.
That he was arrested.
That also there were other people. He has mentioned the names.
I've mentioned the names that I saw were there. What I have mentioned before the commission here.
General, if only you listen carefully to my question, some of these back and forth, we would not have it. Did you hear anything that he has said so far?
I heard him mention those who are in the panel.
Did you hear him say anything so far which you believe is a lie?
Those who are present at the panel, I have said it here. What is the problem? I am confirming those I knew were at the panel. So how can I confirm what he said? He mentioned so many people.
No, you are missing the point. You're missing the point.
Okay.
The point is, so far, did you hear anything that he has said which you believe is a lie?
I mean for jam for ya mwele I mean for be for jam for kuma soro la jira ba yeme moy ko me mangi tonya
limu wax depuis boba ak legi dégg nga ci lo xamne du dégg.
Council, I understand English, so no need to translate to Wolof. As I said, when I was asked here, the members of the panel, I mentioned those I knew. I had him mention some police officers who were there. Those are people I don't know. I never had an interaction with them. So that is why it is difficult for me to confirm what he said, that it is true. He mentioned some police officers, Keta and the like. These are people I don't know. It would not be right for me to say what he said so far is right. So
this is the answer I was looking for. All I wanted is your view as to whether you have any reason to believe that what he is saying so far is not true. That's all I was looking for. You understand? Thank you. Could you resume playing the video, please?
The head of NIA, I think, was Deba Marina, who was also, was arrested. And then I think Haidara must have been the one, acting. I'm not sure, but that's what I thought at that time.
So, can you tell us how the investigation was being conducted and the things that happened there? But before that, you tell us what happened to the escorts, those who brought you to the NIA. Where were they at this time?
They were also inside the room there.
And what happened to their arms?
They were having the arms with them.
So you mean you had armed men standing there?
Yes.
And exactly where were they standing?
They are standing at the corners at the around the room. They were standing behind against the wall of the conference hall. They have their weapons with them.
Was that environment free?
No,
the environment was like you.
The environment was
being investigated.
The environment was intimidating.
So how about Michael Sang Korea and Momodu Jaju, Nuha Baji and others? Where were they?
Yeah, they were there, and then after some time, they were asked to go and collect some other people, detainees, so they left. But there are other elements, left, in the hall. Those who are there for purposely to secure
just point of clarification. You had mentioned Alaji Martin.
Yes.
Where was he at this moment?
He was there. He was in the room.
So when you arrived and they started asking you questions, you told the commission that you said you wanted a lawyer.
Yes.
Can you tell us how they received that? How did they react to that?
Yes. So when I told them that I needed a lawyer before I could say anything, and then they were not very happy with that statement. I told them that it's my constitutional right also to have a lawyer, before I can make any statement here. But then Alaji Martin just said, you think we are joking here?
Did he say that in a friendly manner?
No. And then,
in which manner did he say that?
He said it very sternly. That, they were not joking at that place. So, he walked around the table. He walked around the table and then, came behind me. And then, he just gave me a back slap. And then...
take it easy, slowly. we want to understand what he did to you.
Yes.
Maybe you should just demonstrate to us, just show us how it happened, show us the action as you remember it.
No, actually, no, I cannot be able to show, because I don't want to. I don't know if you want to replay. It's very traumatizing for me to replay. But what I'm saying, yes,
you are excused from doing that. We don't want to have you re-traumatized.
Exactly.
So tell us what he did.
Yes. So he came just behind me and then he gave me a back slap. I think we all understand what a back slap is. So.
You mean a slap?
He slapped me from behind.
From behind.
He came from behind me and then slapped me. Okay, so after that he held the collar of my shirt, and then he pulled it. It has buttons, so the buttons peel off, and the shirt he pressed it to my waist level, so that I remain half naked.
He assaulted you.
Yes.
He slapped you.
Yes.
How did you feel? How did you feel when he did that?
Yeah, I feel some pain, but also I feel some bitterness also. I felt some bitterness also, and helplessness.
And what happened after that? Before that, did any member of the panel say anything?
Nobody said anything. No one said anything.
Tombong Tamba, he was deputy CDS at the time. He was the acting CDS at the time.
Yes.
He was the de facto leader of the army at the time.
Yes.
He was responsible for you as a soldier, wasn't he?
Yes.
Did he say anything?
Yes. As of that time, I was not charged of any crime, so I was not charged. So I was still, a member of the armed forces.
Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything.
QTV, you could pause it there for a little while. So, General. So you heard the witness?
He said, yes, I heard what he said.
He is the victim. And he said it was not so free from torture and intimidation after all. That is not true, Counsel. Your suggestion is that this witness is lying. This thing he said never happened. That Alaji Martin came and slapped him from behind and forcibly pulled his clothes, leaving him almost half naked. Your suggestion is that this is false.
It is false,
Please go ahead.
Like I said earlier on, Minja's involvement was the first to be known. Himself and Bilcham. After that, a team was prepared from the state guards to go and arrest him.
I have to make this intervention. I am sorry, General. Could you answer the question? This is not how Bunja was arrested. This is not about whether he was the first or the 100 or the last to be arrested. The question is whether Bunja was slapped by Alaji Martin at this point when he was being interrogated. You said this is false and you are going to tell us reasons why it is false. Let us focus on that point. If we want to broaden it, then this would not end. Let's just be disciplined and focus on that point.
Chairman, with utmost respect, this commission has been set up to unravel the truth. If such allegations are made by Bunja, and he was given the opportunity to make those allegations, and I am here seated here before you, I think I should be given the opportunity to explain what led to his arrest and up to that point that he said he was beaten in my presence. If I go say no, it's not true, and then that's full stop, then I have not been given the opportunity to explain what happened. I think, for me, I believe if we are to take 1 week even, let us be allowed to give our own version. That's the same way they were allowed before you here to give their version. I cannot understand how I can just jump and say it's not true and then end it up there. The allegations he made were following his arrest, certainly. And I have to start from somewhere else and then come up to when he appeared before the panel to give a complete overview to the commission. This is my understanding.
Mr. Chair, perhaps before you rule on that, General, you are not being denied the opportunity to go back to the beginning of what you would want to say. The question was very, very specific. What the witness and what Bunya had said, counsel asked you a specific question on that one. Just answer that question, and then at some point you would get the opportunity to talk about Bunya's initial arrest and what that led to. So it's a question of timing. If we take counsel back to the arrest period, that takes us we lose track of what exactly the line of questioning that he's trying to implement. So if you don't mind, please go ahead, answer the specific question. Counsel, can you put it again? And if you can answer that question, and we will proceed. But you are not being denied the opportunity. We're going to get it. Please, counsel, proceed. Microphone.
Bunja Dabo testified that when he came before the panel, he was being interrogated. And Alaji Martin spoke to him sternly. You think we are joking here? And he came round to him and gave him a slap from behind. And then Alaji Martin pulled down his clothes, leaving him almost half naked before the panel. Is that true? Or is it false?
Counsel, it is not true. Simply because how can you beat somebody who was at the time speaking the truth? So for me, Martin had no cause to beat him, because at that particular time Bunja already confessed on his involvement.
Okay, let's take it a step backwards. At what time are you talking about?
The first day he was arrested.
At what time in that day are you talking about?
All I know it was during the night.
The question I meant to ask. The witness said he refused to talk. He said he wanted a lawyer. He said it was his constitutional right. And then Martin said to him sternly, do you think we are joking here? And he got up.
And Martin Wulita.
He moved to where the witness was sitting.
Martin Wulita tata atarandi abedame ndata bunja.
Gave him a slap from behind.
Anata na tulukoma tulubu.
And pulled down his clothes.
Narana dunduko fana murate bunja ala dunduko sabala.
Leaving him almost half naked.
Narana bala kensen tu.
Is that true?
That is not true. That is not true, Counsel.
General.
The victim said this is what happened to him.
So whatever victim says is the truth?
You have to first listen to the question.
Okay.
The victim said this is what Martin did to him. And you were present. You said that is a lie. Were you present? You accept therefore that you were present during his interrogation.
Yes, I was present.
What if Alaji Martin accepts that he did it?
Let him accept. But not to my knowledge.
But you were sitting there.
Yes. I can be sitting there and yet not to my knowledge.
Wouldn't that appear to be just mere denial? To save oneself.
If I say not to my knowledge and Martin confirms that he did it, that does not mean that it is not true. The person who did the act accepts it. If I say not to my knowledge, then which one will stand? So we take it from him.
So we accept what Martin has said, that it's in fact true, that he was tortured.
Take it from him. If I say not to my knowledge, it's not to my knowledge.
But the thing is, that does not take us to the end of the matter. The witness said you were the CDS. You are the head, you were seated there.
Point of correction, I was in the CDS, I was the most senior.
Yes.
This was on the 21st, the very day of the coup. I was not appointed yet.
Very fair point. But de facto, you are the head of the army at that time. True?
Being the most senior.
Yes. You agree?
It's
and you were seated there. Your soldier was slapped by Martin. His clothes almost stripped from him. You sat there. You said nothing. You did nothing. That is a fundamental violation of his rights. You agree?
I disagree. I have said before this panel that there were people who are not under our control who came to the panel separately. And I think I did mention that category of people.
Okay, let's get it clear. Martin, who slapped the guy and tried to strip him of his clothes, leaving him almost half naked, was not under your command. That's what you want us to say.
I think we already certified here that there was a team that was sent by the president that came purposely, for the president. And we did mention that, we did confirm that Martin Musajame and the rest They were there on the instruction of the president.
Exactly, precisely. It's not suggested in any way that they were under your command. All I have said about command is that Bunja was under you. He was presented there. Somebody else under a different command tortured him. You were sitting there. We saying it is unlawful. You agree?
Council, I will let you know that in the panel setup, we were totally against any torture, any form. And we condemn it at any time. I've said it here. The accused persons, whenever they appear before the panel, after their testimony, they take him back to mile 2 by the junglers.
We are expanding now. Let's focus on what happened in that room. We accept that Alaji Martin was not under your authority. We accept that he was not under your control. Right? And you may therefore not take responsibility for his actions. You may have been against torture. And you may have condemned torture. But torture happened. The witness was slapped. His clothes were almost stripped off him. You agree that was wrong?
That was wrong, Council.
Thank you very much.
I'll give you an example.
Could you just allow me to proceed? Later you can give examples. I know you want to talk about firing. We will come to firing. Okay?
Okay, Council, as you wish.
Thank you. So it was wrong to torture Bunjadabo.
Certainly, it was wrong. If it had happened.
Well, General, you can huff and puff at the same time. You've just told us it was wrong.
Yeah, if it had happened, it is wrong.
Maybe you just only realizing that you have accepted that this thing has happened and it was wrong, so you're trying to make a recovery.
So this is why I say, let us remind ourselves, this is not a court order. Why is it that when I give my understanding, Council will go against that? That is my understanding. So take that. If you want to go against that, then probably this is a court sitting.
I will just proceed. It didn't end there with this guy. He talked about how his confession was obtained. Could you continue to play the video, please? IGP, did he say anything?
No.
Nobody said a word?
No one said a word.
From your own assessment, did it appear to you that they endorsed or accepted or tolerated the conduct of Alaji Martin?
Certainly.
How did you feel? How did you feel realizing that?
Yeah, so I feel bad about it. I feel, I felt, so much helplessness, and bitterness also, because I was unarmed. I I couldn't defend myself. I couldn't do anything. So I was at their disposal. So whatever they did to me, I couldn't do anything.
And what happened after that?
So what happened after that? The same Alhaji Martin, he went and brought second statement and put it before me. And then when I read the statement, I realized the incrimination of second in the he actually incriminated me in the coup. And then he turned around and said, I told him, before he said anything, I told him what second said here is not true. And he said to me, second will never lie against you. So that was his belief, because I believe, he believed that second was my closest, colleague, and also my batmate. So whatever he said against me, will only be the truth. So that was his belief. So later, I was asked to, Bodokeda was asked to take my statement. And then, like Martin told me, sarcastically, he told me, after you have, spoken, you have, made a statement, then, we will allow you to have a lawyer. So Bodokeda escorted me to a small room, just at the entrance of the conference hall. And then he told me when we entered the conference hall, with some, two armed escort. He told me, look, you have to, give a statement, because, just to be free from the torture, and also so that you can rest. So I decided to make a statement, actually, taking account of what Second said, about me in his statement, that I was the one who was supposed to write I was the one who was supposed to read make the announcement of the coup. I was to make the speech, and then he said also that I knew everything about the coup, things like that. So I also mentioned the same thing, in my statement.
Why did you have to do that?
Yeah, because I had no other choice. I was already, incriminated by Second, who was also part of the coup. He knew everything about the coup. So if he said things like that, I couldn't be able to free myself from that. So I had to agree to make the statement.
Did you make that statement freely and voluntarily, out of your own free will?
No, that statement, couldn't have been, taken, voluntarily, because I demanded for a lawyer to be present before I could take a statement, which they refused. So, but, at the end of the day, when I was confronted with the second statement, I could not just, deny, because there was going to be full time for me to deny. Second, he knew about it, and then, he was even giving some responsibilities. And then he turned around and then, revealed the coup, and then I was arrested. So obviously, I was to accept whatever, has to come. So in that room, I was there, with Bodokeda. So I gave the statement, and Bodokeda took the statement to the panel, but they were not happy with what I wrote in the statement. And then they told Bodokeda that they gave him some other points that they want me to write in the statement. So Bodokeda came and
can you tell us what those points were, if you can recall?
Yeah, some of those points were, they wanted to know how, who are the people, who normally used to come to, not the, not this, they said not the senior officers, but those people, who used to come to visit the, Lucham.
Could you?
And then also, they wanted to know.
Could you stop it there? So, Mr. Witness,
Mr. Sero,
I let it play on for a while so that you could hear the other elements that he talked about. But you heard the witness clearly state. that he was told by the statement takers, if you want it easy on you, you have to talk. He's just been slapped. His clothes almost stripped of him. He said the environment was intimidating. And he had to give a statement. He was presented with an incriminating statement. And expected that he would confirm what is in there. Is the witness lying?
Counsel, the witness is lying. Counsel said the following. This same witness appeared before the court martial. We said the king defended a soldier Kito with a defensive lawyer. And a lawyer, men not I. The very free environment. They will not be family. He denied his involvement. And his appearance before the panel. He confessed his involvement. This same witness sat on this chair here. Confirmed his involvement. In fact, he said no dangerous things before this panel. In fact, so what kind of witness do you think this man is? Should he be a trusted witness?
You're asking me a question.
Certainly.
Mr. Witness, I don't answer questions. I ask the question.
Okay, I will leave that to the commission.
On this particular issue, did the witness lie? Are you denying that he was sent to the corner with Botoketa to write his statement?
Certainly, somebody has to take his statement, and the statement was taken. So
that was true.
That was true. His statement was taken, and it could not be taken in the hall. And the would have said before this panel that there was an office that was assigned. The statement taker will stay in that office, and then anybody who is to be taking statement will go there. In fact,
Mr. Witness, what the witness has just done is to say that that environment of which you are a part was intimidating, and they use torture and threats to secure his confession. You violated his rights. That's what he said.
See, counsel, hence did not allow me to explain what led to this witness arrest and up to him appearing before the panel. So I will continue denying, and you will not see the reason why I disagree with him. But all what he said, I disagree with him, except that his statement was taken in a particular room out of the panel setup.
I would accommodate your request. Explain how he was arrested. But one would wonder how he was arrested has anything to do with whether he was slapped by Alaji Martin at the hall. But I would indulge you, go ahead.
I think we have passed that stage of Alaji Martin slapping him. I've given my response to that already.
Okay, but all I have done, therefore, is to summarize that situation and to say that the witness said yes, he confessed, but he confessed because he was tortured.
wala nyinde ka foko sero nyingo tonya sonta la mem fa bari ya alo songo nyi aketa ni ndeto la kono ka tu ya
by Alaji Martin in your presence.
Kam Alaji Martin wala ya tulu busa ni ngala fengo lugura la itfa nya tilmola.
If you wish, you could say that, well, you have no responsibility over that, or you tell us that it's not true.
That
was why I said I was not aware. That remains my position.
Selective amnesia.
That is, if you see it that way, fine.
You see no evil and you hear no evil.
If those are your conclusions, fine.
Even though you were surrounded by evil.
If those are your conclusions, fine.
I'm just putting propositions to you for you to adopt. Or
adopt what? I've given my answer. So to adopt what again?
I would move on to the next one, but perhaps, Mr. Chair, it's 2 o'clock.
Yeah, before we go for the lunch break, let's give him the opportunity to make the point on the rest of Bunja Dabo. Before that, witness, let me just take you back, if you don't mind,
yes,
to the Alaji Martin situation in the room.
Yes, Chair.
Just for the record, I want you to confirm very clearly that you did not see Alaji Martin get up from wherever he was seated, to go on to Bunja Dabo, give him a slap, and then tear his clothes off his body. Where you were seated, and where Martin was seated, you did not see him get up at all, and went to Bunja and gave him a slap.
Chairman, I cannot remember seeing Martin slapping him. Chairman, Hakilo Mamuta, Kafoko Martin Jele Ayatulu. Certainly, if I saw him doing that act, I would have been the first person to condemn it. Hence, we've not reached that stage. But later in these proceedings here, I will refer you to the statement of Faring Sanyang. When I saw the condition that he was at the time, and I saw him with a lot of injuries, my reaction was very clear to Faring himself. I reacted bitterly. Because Faring could not give, he could not testify before the panel that day because of the injuries. What I did was I requested for a new team. And I also called Alaji Martin to escort Faring back to the place to mile 2. Because I did not want the team that brought him to take him back. Cause him more injuries again, more torture, which they did on the way coming.
So on the incident, you just don't remember it happening. You're not saying that Bunja lied.
It did not happen in my presence. Because if it happened in my presence, I was going to see. And so, Chairman, it was this same Bunja who denied his involvement in the coup. He sat on this chair and confessed that yes, it was a coup, he was involved. So how could this kind of people be trusted? If he can deny his involvement there at the court martial, before the panel he confessed his involvement, denied at the court martial, was on this chair and confessed his involvement, and he even strengthened his position to say if the president of a particular country is not doing the right thing, and the military should involve. I think you also intervene and advise him.
woto sojaro ni nyanta fere kala o president na bari ngamira ite fo dabula dia mo kono jele ya mari.
I worked that proceedings and I saw you advising that if the president is not doing the right thing whatsoever,
budu hiva munya yo jele ya maro dia la kafo ko hanna tara banko la president mandara tonya tamandi kan.
It is not right for the military to stage a coup.
Woto amanke nyanto ti pour sojaro li coup d'etat ke.
You advise him on that.
Ya mari wala le.
So this kind of people, how could they be trusted?
Yimmo fo so ni musili la nyadi le.
And he was also already aggrieved.
Andu ya tara kanfa ba ko fanan.
So he won't expect him to sit here and say the right things.
Woto moteji kila la kabisi la jang ay to nyafo.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. You may now proceed with your point on his arrest.
Sa intente amutata nyame nyofo.
On the issue of Bunja
la Koto,
Bunja was the first person who knew about this coup plan by Murcham. So his involvement was clear. When he was first arrested, he appeared before the panel that day. He was the one who mentioned the names of the other coupists. And I can swear to the Holy Quran again, we seated him comfortably. And he was asked to explain. That was how he explained about the coup. Nobody touched him. In fact, we have the recordings on the GRTS TV.
And a recording in Munias Abe record when GRTS la television ya beta.
You could request for those tapes.
Alisio tape
and you play them. And you can make your own assessment whether this man making this confession was tortured or not tortured. So all what they are doing now is to take advantage to sit before this commission and say whatever they want. But these same people probably will reach there. Whilst at detention in mile 2, planned and wanted to try to retaliate by implicating others. We are not even part of that particular coup they were accused of. Because we are part of those that led their court martial. And implicated them. And who appeared before this commission, Yaya Dabo, said it. So that was how myself and Fofana, Sergio Fofana, were again implicated. That we were part of that coup at that moment. Sergio Fofana was the president of the court martial. Chairman, when we read that, I'll give a detailed brief of that. So the issue of Bunja should not be trusted. That's what I want to say.
Thank you, but the Act does require us to provide them opportunity, people who claim to be victims, to come and give us some account of how they suffered violation of their human rights. We are carrying out an obligation on us given to us by the National Assembly, and we will do that without failure or fear.
Ndole tamandi kan adum pour ka luani o kan tamandi fona tambili silolu la meni alon ko wolle findita ten ni sedolu la karola anin kana janka diamu yo adum fanan nyintel ndo kan tamandi la mba tamandi la nyale ma me alon ko mbe tilinale nte fasar kala nte fisimante ya tamandi la ji ndo mo be kanyandi la le ko tilini min to nyaaya kanin nyamin ndel benno du ko tamandi la wala nyama.
We will hear different views, different versions of a particular incident, but at the end of the day, the Commission will conclude or will reach some findings and make its own conclusions.
Sataro la munu manke kilinti molu la jere lu akonin to afatata nyamin anin itiliye ko lu sata ifatata nyamin mbe lamoy la obelale bari nin la tata hanfo futata ko tukuroto komiso woni be silale jimbero no jero ke katame ni atame ko men mutonyati komiso bina lo la tonya keso kuntole.
We will take a lunch break and come back at 3 o'clock. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Sato dao da itata jenkamo de kafo kora award. Ama kama ntenkuno bankoka. Iko banko nyaton ko minketa Adama Baruti anala numonyo first lady. Ye nyimben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam bidele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw Kora mansa ni ajebe kumbola tumbum koto to salon ko dal ko lo sabu Kora manke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la don
mbeje ko dura anda mo be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
mutonya de manin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince ko yatala mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala senega jane hore ka fa me kora awo kala purata be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni won
yenyin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jenkamo de ka fa kora awo amma kan man tenkunno bankoka iko banko nyaton ko minketa Adama Baruti anala numonyo first lady ye nyimben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam bidele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni ajebe kumbola tumbum koto to salon ko dal ko lo sabu Kora manke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la don
mbeje ko dura anda mo be mele neti
he baba
SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi yeen ñi nga xamne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi es yeen ñi nga xamne ni di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lepp li ngeen xamne ni mengo nak wali peinture ak design joko len ak ki nga xamne ni mom moy aussi Seku Bojang xarañ lool ci liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lepp lo len na ma ci xétum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla ci seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi es yi dama ne jokkoo nak mom ci 331 3415 331 3415 nek fofu ci Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo len ak ñi nga xamne ni ñoom ñoy SB Printing Design ñu designer len ba seen xol sedda li sedda sa xol ñun lool mo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taral sa kër taral sa